Hi there, and welcome to the Fed Talks. My name is Nathan Hall, and today we're joined by Smith's News. We've got Laura Duerden, and we're also joined by one of our Fed members located down in Manchester, Craig Etchells. Today we're talking about Snapp, which is Snapp's 24/7 online account management platform and mobile app. Before we move into it and speak about some new developments, Laura, could I have a bit of an introduction to your role at Smith's? And then Craig, can you tell me a little bit about your store?
Yeah, of course. Hi, I'm Laura Duerden. I've worked at Smiths News now for 20 years this year, and I'm the account manager working alongside the Federation to support independent retailers with their news and mag category.
Fantastic. And Craig?
Hi, I'm Craig Etchells. I'm a HND news agent in South Manchester, Chorlton, South Manchester, and I'm supplied by Smiths News in Stockport.
Fantastic. Great to have you both on. So Laura, if we go to you first, I assume a lot of retailers are already familiar with Snap, but there's been some new developments, hasn't there? Could you tell us about them?
Yeah, of course. So back in January, we released two new functions to Snap. The aim to improve the experience for our customers by making the tool even more flexible, convenient, and efficient. So the first new feature is being multi-access use. This allows the primary Snap user to set up a number of additional users to their account with the ability to set permissions, tailor in the appropriate access and functionality for staff members. In addition to this, the option to receive the weekly summary invoice in a PDF format to a chosen email is a significant step in developing our paperless solution for customers.
Fantastic. And could you go into a little bit more depth on how that really will benefit a retailer? How is that going to benefit retailers like Craig?
Yeah, there are some really great benefits to the enhancements actually. So by having a multi-user access, people can access orders, claims, communication. There's that added flexibility in managing the category. Sensitive areas within Snap, such as marketing preferences, bank holiday closures, and financial info, remain secure and accessible to the primary user only. And then when you look at the weekly summary invoice email, you're supporting environmental goals by reducing paper consumption, as well as the fact it ensures it reaches the correct people for accounting purposes. Also, if you opt in to get the weekly summary invoice, you actually receive this earlier than the current process. So the email will actually land in your inbox in the early hours of Sunday morning, rather than having to wait until the physical copy lands on a Tuesday.
Well, that's brilliant. And I think the most important thing is that, because that sounds so brilliant, how do retailers watching this opt into it?
Yeah, it's really easy to opt in to receive via email. So you just go to paperless preferences within the Snap, and that allows you to set up the digital access. And then to set up a secondary user, you just go to My Account and you need a valid email address and a phone number to validate the process.
Fantastic, Laura. And then if we go to you, Craig, in terms of Snap, could you give us your views on how these new functions have benefited you from a retailer's perspective?
Yeah, I mean, they're really good. We've signed up one of our members of staff, he's our shop manager, who deals with a lot of our HND, so we've signed up with his own login to Snap. And to be honest, we did used to share the login with him before, so doing it this way, it's much more secure, and we can obviously limit what access he gets to. From the point of view of the weekly summary, like Laura was sort of saying, that arrives in our inbox about 5:20 on Sunday morning. Because it's a PDF, it's a digital form, we can then upload it to QuickBooks, so we've got it there ready for the accounting purposes. And obviously, you get it 48 hours earlier, and it comes to you rather than you have to go hunting to find where the paperwork has been put for that morning's deliveries.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing. It's more great work from Smith's News, isn't it?
It's good.
That's fantastic. That brings us to an end. Absolutely brilliant innovation from Smiths. Laura and Craig, thank you very much for joining us, and to everyone watching, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you.